Hi, and welcome to episode 11 of Tundra. I'm Apocrypha from Apoc Industries, and as I said at the end of the last episode, I just kind of went around and built a very small perimeter wall just around the majority of the base. There's a little bit of the mining area here that's not covered, but I'm, it's not critical infrastructure, if that makes sense. Like if the biters start gnawing at this stuff, we'll have lots of time to respond. Much more worried if they start gnawing on this kind of stuff. So what we want to do today is, now that we have our construction bots and we have our rails somewhere in here, now that we have our rails, I want to start thinking about exploring. As I've mentioned before, we do know that there is some, I believe, iron, copper, maybe some stone up this way. So that's north is going to be the first direction that we expand towards. Part of that expanding is going to require a bunch of rail signals. Where are they? Rail signals. Rails, which we already have, and lamps and big electric poles. Let me just show you what the blueprint looks like that we'll be working with here. Oh, I also want to make a separate blueprint book. Okay, let's just change this to TT rails. Tundra rails, there we go. Okay. We're going to take this Tundra rails and slap it in here. There we go. That way, I have another blueprint book that. I wonder if we can maybe do that. What happens if we delete this then? Okay, well, I don't know what difference that makes here, but there we go. So we have our rails here that we are going to use to explore. So this is our foundation here. I'll just slap it down right here. We're not actually going to build it here. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and build that here. Oh, I don't have any rails on me. That doesn't help. Get some rails. Okay. So this is, oh, I had forgotten to start a research as well. Nanobot speed, what are we blocked on by that? Nanobot speed is blocked by a bunch of stuff. Let's get plastic. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have a train on this rail here, and we're just going to slowly but surely expand this out. The one thing that we're missing for this is rail signals. So we are going to toss together something quickly to automate making some rail signals and also making some turrets, because every now and then we are going to need to place a turret, and they take a long time to make, so they're really annoying to handcraft. And as we know, I don't like handcrafting things that are annoying to handcraft. So we're going to take out some of this wall that we made just recently in favor of doing a little bit of automation. Hopefully we won't get attacked, but if we do, we're right here anyway. Okay, so for our signals, these each require a bunch of iron and an electronic circuit. We handily have some electronic circuits available right here from our little facility here that's making our construction bots. So what I think we're going to do is actually make use of those we do this? Sure. We're going to make use of those extra circuits and make these signals using these. Okay. And we're going to toss these into a couple of boxes down here. There we go. Obviously we need to get some iron in here as well, because these both require iron. But that shouldn't be too difficult to do. We will pull iron in just on the other side of here, so that the iron, and oh, now we're getting attacked. Remember that time when I said, oh, it'll be fine to not have a wall down near our mine because it's like, you know, not super critical infrastructure? Well, the biters are now saying, well, if you're not going to put a wall down here, then that's where we're going to attack. That's okay, we've got our bots standing by to repair some things. Oh, where are we? Looks like they're coming from down here. That's interesting. Something else. I know I saw a biter. Oh, he's right up in there. Okay. That's dangerous, but we'll manage. This is the kind of critical infrastructure that we do not want the biters attacking. Okay. I have changed my mind about having a wall down here, that's for sure. So let's go pick up some more walls. These guys fully stockpile? Yes, it did. And we might actually need to stockpile a little bit more than that. Alright. See if we can get it turned around. And I may see if I can fast forward this part, because it's not very interesting to watch. So if that ends up working, then great. Okay, so now we have fully encapsulated our base in a wall, so we will at least get a better notification if any biters decide to come and attack. The obvious place that we don't have a wall is over here where we're currently building. So let's get back over there and continue building, or the biters decide that they would like to chew over there as well. What were we building? Oh yeah, rail signals. Okay. The biters also preferentially attack during the night. Plastics, we're just going to go into advanced electronics. This is a lot of technology that we're not going to touch for a very, very long time yet. And this is kind of a little ugly, but it will get the job done. Need to get a few more belts here as well. Right. So we've got only iron that we need for these, right? Now it is iron, right? Not like iron gears or something. Okay. Good. Good, good. There we go. Okay, so now that in place, we're going to limit these each to 50 100 signals, 50 signals each. That'll be good for now. There we go. So we'll let those start stockpiling a bit. We will extend out our path a little bit more, make use of our bots to get rid of some of this stuff. Make sure that they are at max range, which they are. Perfect. The one last thing that I do want to have at least a little bit of automation for are turrets. Because, like I was saying, turrets take a long time to make. So we don't want to have to be handcrafting them. So let's see. Oh, let's take our rocks and drop them in our rock box. Since we've got a bunch of extra rocks. There we go. Let's see. Turrets. They only take as input a bunch of iron, a bunch of copper, and a bunch of gear wheels. We're not in a rush for these, though. We're going to let them slowly build up over time. So the way that we're going to accomplish this is by having, we're going to have a full belt of iron coming in on this side, which is going to go towards our gears and towards our turrets. And then we are going to direct insert gears here, and then have... Actually, we're not going to direct insert. We are going to make a belt here, which is going to be a half a belt of copper on the inside it's going to be a half a belt of copper, and then we're going to make the other half gears, just in case we ever want to step up our turret production. We can easily do so. And we're also running out of some resources, so we will swing by and grab some more shortly. So this is going to be iron. This is going to be a half a belt of copper. I'm noticing as well that our iron is looking very well used at the moment, so we may have to look at boosting our iron production in the near future. But that is kind of what the point of this entire exercise is that we don't really have access to more iron than what we have. So we need to find more. In order to find more, we are going to build some trains. There we go. Okay. So this is almost up and running. It needs its copper. This is fully stocked with these things. And these need to be output somewhere, so I suppose we should probably do that. We're going to have an output belt that goes this way into a box, which I think we'll place... How far does this go out? So we'll place that here. Have this go like this. Go. We can cap this at 50. We're never going to need more than 50 of those. Not at the moment, anyway. We eventually will, like when we start setting up outposts and all that. So there we go. We have turrets being made. They may, or the production of other things may or may not keep up. Looks like it will keep up, so good. I'm not worried about this at all then. Perfect. So what we will do now is wall the rest of this off. I hope that we have some walls left. Yes, we do. The other thing that I do want to research is gates, because we don't currently have gates, and that means that we kind of have to leave a door open, which I'm not too big of a fan of. Also, not too sure what we're going to do with all this wood. I'll use it to power our car. Let's do that. Whoa, I can't draw straight lines. It's fine. Nobody likes straight lines anyway. So let's plug in our wood here. Maybe we'll use that to power the car. You have enough. awful lot of extra coal as well. So, our plan is to grab some of these, some of these. Our plan is also to have a bunch of lights. Can we automate lights easily? That also takes an electronic circuit. Can we just continue pulling off of this poor, overworked circuit machine here? We have another one that we could use. Yeah. The thing is, we want the lights for the same kind of reason. We have sticks here. Yeah, let's do something ugly. Let's do something ugly. Grab a long-handled inserter. Do this. Go. This is going to come up over here. We are going to have this input here. This. Oops. Input here. We're going to start on military 2 so that we can get gates, because I'd forgotten about that. This is going to be lights, and we're going to have to continue making more boxes. Good thing to do with our lights, or with our extra wood. This is going to go here. What are you missing? Iron. Well, we can do some more ugliness to get you some iron. There we go. And we'll cap this at 50 lights. That'll be enough. There we go. We're building some spaghetti in there. And we will put a couple of turrets here in case we get any unwelcome guests. And I'm also going to put a radar. Radars don't take very long to craft those, so I don't mind handcrafting them. There we go. So that gives us a little wall, a little gate. Well, it will have a little gate as soon as we actually research gates. We are going to figure out where we want to put our rail line. Which reminds me, the first thing that I want to plan around is where our kind of personal little station is going to be. I'd also like it to be relatively aligned with chunks if we can do that. I don't really know how to... What are you doing? Clearly I did not do a good enough job clearing out the ghosts around here. Ah, we have ghosts. So if we could say that... Let's see if we can figure out where the middle of one of these chunks is. So you'll notice like the radar is, the little blue box up in the corner is bouncing up and down as I move these. So there is the top of that chunk. Now let's find where the bottom of this is. Bottom is there. Maybe we can mark this with something better. What do we have that's better to mark with? How about these? There we go. There we go. Okay. And figure out where there is the edge here. Looks like right there. So here. I don't even know why I'm looking at this, but I am. Okay, right there. So, this is kind of the boundary of where we would like to have our rails centered around, if at all possible. because then the radars will be kind of nicely set up in the middle. I wonder how chunk aligned my rail blueprints actually are, because I didn't try to make them chunk aligned. Like this one, for example. No, it's like not really all that chunk aligned at all, I don't think. Whatever, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Get rid of these. Come on. So what we are going to do is have this here is basically our like the line goes straight north and south, and then we have an exit that comes off of that, and that's basically going to be where our personal little train station is going to be. We're not going to have any other trains other than our own personal train running along this specific track, like the exit that's coming off of here. And we're going to get overloaded with junk. That's okay. It happens. This is all a big pain in the butt to build, though, so I'm glad that we have robots to do it. And then we're going to continue following this path northward until we get to about here, I'd say, and then we're going to make crossroads so that we can start exploring in all 4 cardinal directions. Gates are finished, which is wonderful. We are going to then, what was the next thing we needed for speed, for nanobot range and speed? Electric engines. That's what we're getting next, is electric engines. Okay, and we are actually going to take this wall out again, and we're going to rebuild it out by where our trains are, or where our exit is here. And our inventory is almost surely full. We're going to make a bigger box. Maybe we can grab some steel and make a steel box. Make a steel box for our rocks. It's a steel rock box. There we go. More rocks. Okay. And now that we have gates, we're going to make a handful. I think I just need more steel for those, eh? Okay. We're going to need more steel so we can make some trains and stuff anyway, which we'll probably get to next episode. Yeah. We wall off our this right about here. Go. We actually don't need to clear all this stuff, that's fine. Bring this down. How far out does that have to be? Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's a tree in the way, of course. There. There we go. We'll just have our robots do the work. And we will bring this power into our base and hook it up. There we go. Get some gates put down on top of our railway, which is pretty cool. There we go. Not gonna maybe. I think that what we'll do is not have a walking path leading out. And the reason for that, did we run out of walls? We did run out of walls. Oh no. It's okay, we can go get some more. That is not a big deal. getting our car pointed the right direction is a bigger deal. Much easier to drive in a straight line when you just put your car directly in a straight line. I noticed that our copper is starting to get tapped. We haven't really had a big use for copper, so we have a tiny little copper smelter. Alright, so we might want to bump that up as well. And we're going to close this wall off. We're actually going to get a couple of radars in here as well. Actually, I am going to make a gate here because I am inevitably going to want to walk through here, and I'm not going to walk where there might be trains. So that is my reasoning. And we're going to make this look pretty as well. Okay, so we are going to put a radar. We have a little pattern in this blueprint book for placing a radar in here. So we're going to do that, except we, oh, we did have an extra radar, great. We're going to handcraft a couple of extra radars as well. And we need some iron. So the last thing that I'm going to do before wrapping this up is, this is our all right-hand drive, so our, here we go, nanobot speed is what we want. Our train will come in either through this way or through this way, and it's going to come around, and it's going to loop through here. And we want to have it kind of as close as we can to where our materials are, because we are then going to set up a station. Where's my train stations? I need more iron. We are going to set up a train station right here. Here, I'd say. And this is going to be our bootstrap pack station. And then when we get our first train, we can, you know, do stuff. Like put it here. Should probably have more than just chain signals in here, but whatever. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Perfect. So that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. We've managed to get some walls set up. This must be where the biter attacks have been coming from. So we will maybe take a look at that next episode. We're just about ready to start exploring with some trains. We've got our nanobots set up, got all of our exploration materials all automated. So we are going to be exploring. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching this. It was episode 11 of Tundra Terror. And I look forward to seeing you again next time.